Hey, good to see you. How's your English study going?
Honestly, not great. I'm so frustrated. I've been studying for 2 years and I still can't have a real conversation.
2 years? Wow. What have you been studying?
Everything grammar books, vocabulary lists, apps. I know like 3,000 words. But when someone talks to me in English, my mind goes blank. I freeze.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something that's going to change everything. Are you ready?
Sure, what is it?
You don't need 3,000 words. You need 5 phrases.
What? 5 phrases? That's it?
That's it. 5 phrases. I'm serious.
I don't understand. How can 5 phrases replace 3,000 words?
See? You just used one of them.
What do you mean?
You just said, I don't understand. That's phrase number 2 on my list. And it's one of the most powerful phrases in English.
Wait, really? Can you explain?
And that's phrase number 5. Can you explain? You're already using them naturally.
Okay. So, what are the 5 phrases, like officially?
Okay, here they are. Phrase 1. Can you help me with? Phrase 2. I don't understand. Phrase 3. What does that mean? Phrase 4. Tell me more. And phrase 5. Can you explain?
That's really it? Those five?
That's really it. Those 5 phrases can handle 90% of real conversations.
I don't understand. How? They're so simple.
That's exactly why they work. Think about it. What's the biggest problem when you talk to a native speaker?
I don't understand what they're saying. They talk too fast. They use words I don't know.
Right. And what do you do when that happens?
Honestly, I panic. I just nod and pretend I understand, and then the conversation dies because I have nothing to say.
Exactly. That's the problem. You pretend. But what if, instead of pretending, you just said, I don't understand?
Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Like, wouldn't they think my English is bad?
No, that's the biggest myth in language learning. Native speakers say, I don't understand all the time to each other in their own language.
Wait, what does that mean? Native speakers don't understand each other?
Of course. Think about your own language. When your friend explains something complicated, do you always understand immediately?
No, actually. No, I asked them to repeat or explain differently.
Exactly. So, why do you think English has to be different? Communication isn't about understanding everything perfectly the first time. It's about asking questions until you understand.
Huh, I never thought about it that way. Tell me more about how this works.
Okay, let's do an experiment. I'm going to talk about something you probably don't know about, and you can only respond using the 5 phrases. Ready?
Okay, I'm nervous, but okay.
Don't be nervous. Here we go. So, I've been really into fermentation lately.
What does that mean, fermentation?
Perfect. See how natural that was? Fermentation is a process where bacteria or yeast transform food, like it changes the food into something new.
I don't understand. Bacteria? Isn't bacteria bad? Like dangerous?
Great question. Some bacteria is bad, yes, but some bacteria is actually good for you. Good bacteria transforms food in a healthy way.
Can you explain, like, what food?
Sure, yogurt is fermented milk. Cheese is fermented milk too. Bread uses fermentation. Kimchi, by Korean food, is fermented cabbage.
Wait, yogurt is fermented? Tell me more.
Yeah, so you take milk, you add good bacteria, and you wait. The bacteria eats the sugar in the milk and changes it. After some hours, the milk becomes thick and a little sour. That's yogurt.
That's actually really interesting. So the bacteria eats the sugar. What does that mean exactly?
The bacteria uses the sugar as food, as energy, and when it does that, it produces acid. The acid makes the milk thick and gives it that sour taste.
Can you help me understand something? Why doesn't the yogurt make you sick if it has bacteria in it?
Because it's the good kind of bacteria. Your stomach actually has billions of bacteria living in it right now. Good bacteria. They help you digest food.
Wait, what? I have bacteria in my stomach right now?
Billions of them. They're called gut bacteria. And eating fermented food like yogurt actually adds more good bacteria to your stomach. It's healthy.
I don't understand. So eating bacteria is good for me.
The good kind, yes. That's why doctors say yogurt is healthy. It's not just the protein and calcium, it's the good bacteria.
Okay, wait, stop. Do you realize what just happened?
What?
We just had a whole conversation about fermentation, bacteria, yogurt, science stuff. And I don't know anything about this topic, but I understood everything.
Exactly. That's the point. You used the 5 phrases and the conversation just worked.
That's crazy. I didn't freeze. I didn't panic. I just asked questions.
And how did it feel?
Honestly, it felt natural. It felt like a real conversation. Like I was actually participating, not just surviving.
That's the secret. Conversation isn't a test. It's not about proving how much you know. It's about exchanging information. And these 5 phrases are the tools for that exchange.
Okay, but I have a question. Can you help me with something?
Of course. And by the way, that's phrase number 1. You're a natural.
Okay, so my question is, what if the other person gets annoyed? Like, if I keep asking, what does that mean over and over, won't they get tired of me?
That's a great fear to talk about. Here's the truth. People love explaining things.
What? I don't understand. Why would they love it?
Think about it. When someone asks you to explain something you know about, how do you feel?
Actually, kind of good. Like, I feel smart. I feel useful.
Exactly. When you ask someone, can you explain, you're giving them a gift. You're saying, you know something I don't, and I want to learn from you. People love that feeling.
Huh. So asking questions isn't annoying. It's actually a compliment.
In most cases, yes. Obviously, don't interrupt every 3 seconds, but asking genuine questions, that makes conversations better, not worse.
Tell me more about this. Like, how do natives use these phrases?
Okay, great question. Let me give you examples from my own life. Yesterday, I was in a work meeting. My boss used a business term I didn't know. You know what I said?
What?
Sorry, what does that mean? In front of everyone, in front of the whole team.
Really? And what happened?
He explained it. 2 other people in the meeting said they didn't know the term either. They were happy I asked.
Wow. So even at work with your boss, you just ask.
All the time. Here's another example. Last week, my friend was explaining her new job, something with data science. I understood maybe half of it, so I kept saying, tell me more, and can you explain that part? And she didn't
Mind.
mind. She talked for an hour. She was so happy someone was interested. By the end, I actually understood what a data scientist does, and she felt heard and appreciated. Everybody wins.
This is changing how I think about conversation. Like, completely.
Good, because here's the thing most English learners get wrong. They think conversation is about output, about speaking perfectly, long, beautiful sentences with advanced vocabulary.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. That's why I memorized all those words.
But real conversation is about connection, and connection happens through questions, through curiosity, through saying, I don't understand, but I want to.
Okay, can you help me with a plan? Like, how do I practice this?
Yes, here's your homework. For the next week, every conversation you have in English, use these 5 phrases at least once each.
Every conversation. What if I don't have anyone to talk to?
Do you watch YouTube videos in English?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, when you watch and you don't understand something, pause the video and say out loud, what does that mean? Then look it up. You're training the habit.
That's smart. What else?
Do you have language exchange apps or online tutors?
I have a language exchange app, but I never message anyone because I don't know what to say.
Now you do. Your first message can be, "Can you help me with my English?" That's it. That's the opening.
Wow, that's so simple. I've been staring at that app for months trying to write the perfect first message.
And the perfect message was 5 words long. "Can you help me with" works everywhere. At a store, "Can you help me with finding this?" At work, "Can you help me with this report?" With friends, "Can you help me with my pronunciation?"
I'm starting to see the pattern. These phrases are like keys, they open doors.
That's a beautiful way to put it. They're keys. And here's the best part: behind every door is more English. Every time you say, "Tell me more," the other person gives you more vocabulary, more grammar, more examples for free.
Wait, I don't understand. Say that again?
Think about it. When you ask, "Can you explain?" what does the person do?
They explain. They say it differently, simpler.
Right. They give you the same information in new words, simpler words, with examples. That's a free English lesson inside a normal conversation.
Oh my God. So every conversation becomes a lesson, and I don't even need a teacher.
Every native speaker becomes your teacher, and they don't even know they're teaching. They just think they're having a nice conversation with a curious person.
This is blowing my mind. Okay, one more question. What about my grammar mistakes? When I speak, I make so many mistakes. Doesn't that ruin everything?
Let me answer with a question. In our conversation right now, did I care about your grammar?
I don't know. Did you notice my mistakes?
Honestly, I noticed maybe 2 small ones and I forgot them immediately because I was focused on what you were saying, not how you were saying it.
Really? That's it?
That's how everyone listens. People listen for meaning, not for mistakes. Only teachers and tests focus on mistakes. Real people focus on the conversation.
So all this time, I've been afraid of something that doesn't really matter?
It matters a little, but way, way less than you think. A person who makes mistakes but asks great questions is a better conversation partner than a person with perfect grammar who says nothing.
Can you explain that more? Why is the question person better?
Because conversation is a game of tennis. You hit the ball, I hit it back. Questions keep the ball moving. Perfect grammar with no questions, the ball just stops. The game ends.
And the 5 phrases keep the ball in the air.
Forever. You can keep any conversation alive with just those 5 phrases. Watch. Ask me anything using one of them.
Okay, tell me more about how you learned all this.
Great. So I learned this when I was studying Spanish. I had the same problem as you. Tons of vocabulary, zero conversations. Then I met this old man in Spain who spoke no English, and I was forced to communicate with my broken Spanish.
What happened?
I survived using basically 5 phrases, the Spanish versions of these exact phrases. No entiendo, I don't understand. ¿Qué significa? What does that mean? ¿Puede explicar? Can you explain?
And it worked with just those?
We talked for 2 hours about his farm, his family, his life. B with maybe 200 Spanish words because every time I got lost, I just asked, and he explained. Slower, simpler, with hand gestures.
That's an amazing story. So this method works for any language.
Any language, any level, any situation. Because it's not really about language, it's about communication. And communication is universal.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let me make sure I remember them. Can you help me review?
Of course. What's phrase number 1?
Can you help me with? For starting conversations and asking for assistance.
Perfect. Number 2?
I don't understand. For being honest instead of pretending.
Yes. Number 3?
What does that mean? For new words and confusing things.
Number 4.
Tell me more. For keeping the conversation going, for showing interest.
And number 5.
Can you explain? For getting a simpler version, a free English lesson.
You've got it. All 5. That's your toolkit.
You know what's funny? This whole conversation, I understood everything, and I talked more than I have in any English conversation ever, and I wasn't scared.
And why do you think that is?
Because every time I got confused, I had a tool. I had a phrase ready. I was never stuck.
That's the feeling. That's what these 5 phrases give you. Not perfect English, something better, confidence. The knowledge that you can never truly get lost because you can always ask your way out.
Ask your way out. I love that. Can I use that?
It's yours. So, what's your plan for this week?
Okay, first, I'm going to message someone on my language exchange app, starting with, "Can you help me with my English?"
Perfect. What else?
When I watch English videos, I'll pause and actually ask, "What does that mean?" instead of just skipping the parts I don't understand.
Excellent.
And in every conversation, I'll stop pretending to understand. I'll use "I don't understand" like a normal, honest human being.
I'm proud of you. 1 week from now, tell me how it goes, okay?
Deal. And thank you, seriously. 2 years of studying and this 20-minute conversation taught me more than all of it.
That's because you didn't study today. You communicated. There's a difference.
Tell me more about that difference. Just kidding. I got it. I really got it.
Perfect use of phrase number 4. Okay, go practice. And remember, 5 phrases. That's all you need.
5 phrases.
I don't
Know how I lived without them.
And that's the perfect way to end this conversation. See you next week.
See you. Thank you.
I have to ask you something, and I want the honest answer.
Okay, that sounds serious. What is it?
You speak 6 languages. 6! I've been fighting with English alone for 3 years. How? How do you do it? Are you just gifted? Some kind of genius?
I love this question, and I'm going to give you an answer you won't expect.
Okay.
I'm not gifted. At all. In school, I failed French twice.
Wait, what? You failed a language class twice?
Twice! I was the worst student in the class. My teacher told my parents I didn't have the ear for languages.
That's impossible. You speak French fluently now. I've heard you.
I know, and that's exactly the point. The difference between me then and me now isn't talent, it's method. Polyglots aren't smarter than everyone else, we just do completely different things than what schools teach.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Tell me everything. What do polyglots actually do?
All right, let me give you the real methods, the stuff that actually works. Are you ready to take notes?
Mentally, yes, go.
Method number 1, and this is the biggest one. Polyglots speak from day 1.
From day 1? How is that even possible? On day 1, you don't know any words.
You know a few, and a few is enough. When I started Spanish on my first day, I learned exactly 10 phrases. Hello, thank you, my name is, how do you say, and that evening I found a Spanish speaker online and used all 10.
That sounds terrifying.
It was. I made mistakes in almost every sentence. But here's what schools never tell you. The conversation was the lesson. In that 30-minute chat, I learned more than a week of textbook study.
But why? What makes speaking so powerful?
Because your brain treats it differently. When you read a word in a book, your brain files it under information. When you use a word in a real conversation with a real person with real emotions, your brain files it under survival tools. Guess which one you remember?
The survival tools.
Every time. I still remember the exact word I messed up in that first Spanish conversation 8 years ago because the embarrassment made it unforgettable.
So mistakes actually help you remember.
Mistakes are the best memory technique in existence. All polyglots know this. We don't avoid mistakes, we collect them.
You collect mistakes. That's such a different mindset. Okay, what's method 2?
Method 2, we don't study languages, we live in them.
What's the difference?
Okay, tell me about your typical English study day.
I sit at my desk, I open my grammar book, I do exercises for maybe an hour, then I close the book and my day continues in my native language.
Right, so English gets 1 hour in a box, and the other 15 waking hours, zero English.
Well, yeah, I have a life.
But here's the trick. You don't need extra hours. You need to convert the hours you already have. What did you do this morning?
I woke up, checked my phone, listened to music while making breakfast, scrolled some videos on the bus to work.
Perfect. Phone, switch the language to English. Music, English songs, and actually read the lyrics. Videos on the bus, English YouTubers. Breakfast, an English podcast in the background. That's 2 or 3 hours of English immersion, and you didn't add a single minute to your day.
Huh, so you just swap the language of the things I already do.
Exactly. This is how polyglots learn so fast. It's not magic speed, it's volume. While a normal student gets 7 hours of language per week, a polyglot gets 30 or 40, living the same life.
Okay, that's actually very copyable. I could start that today. What's method 3?
Method 3 is my favorite. We learn what we love, not what the textbook says.
What does that mean exactly?
At the airport, vocabulary for checking in luggage. And how often do you check in luggage?
Like once a year, maybe?
So you're spending your energy memorizing words you'll use once a year. Now tell me, what do you actually love? What do you do every weekend?
Honestly, football. I watch football, I play football, I read about football.
Then football is your English course. Watch matches with English commentary. Follow English football podcasts. Read match reports in English. Join English football forums and argue about referees.
Wait, I can do that? That counts as studying?
It counts more than studying. Think about it. When you read about football, you already know the context. You know the players, the rules, the drama. So when an unknown English word appears, your brain can guess it from context. That's exactly how children learn their first language.
And because I love it, I won't quit.
That's the secret ingredient. Motivation isn't something you find, it's something you design. Polyglots design their learning so quitting feels impossible. I learned Italian through cooking, Japanese through anime, Portuguese through music. I never studied, I just enjoyed things in other languages.
This is blowing my mind. Everyone told me learning has to be painful, discipline, grinding.
And that's why most people quit. Pain is not sustainable. Pleasure is. Okay, ready for method 4?
Yes, go.
Method 4, the ruthless 80-20 rule. Polyglots don't learn all words. We learn the right words.
The right words? Aren't all words useful?
Not even close. Here's a fact that will change how you study. The 300 most common English words make up about 65% of everything natives say. 300 words.
300 out of how many?
English has hundreds of thousands of words, but natives use a tiny core over and over. Words like get, take, make, thing, really, actually. Meanwhile, learners waste months memorizing words like magnificent and nevertheless that natives use maybe once a month.
Oh no, I literally have nevertheless on a flashcard right now.
Delete it. Learn the phrasal verbs instead. Get up, get over, get along, get away with. One small word, get, carries 50 meanings natives use daily. That's high-value learning.
So instead of learning 10,000 words badly, learn the core deeply.
Master the core and you understand most conversations. Understanding most conversations means you can participate. Participating means you learn faster. It's a snowball.
Okay, method 5? Is there a method 5?
There is, and it's the one nobody talks about. Method 5. Polyglots track input, not hours.
What's the difference?
Most learners say, I studied for 2 hours today. But what did they actually absorb? Maybe they stared at a book while thinking about dinner. Polyglots count differently. We count, how many new sentences did I hear today? How many did I speak? How many did I understand?
So it's about what goes in and out, not time at the desk.
Exactly. My rule when learning any language. Every day, I must speak at least 20 new sentences and hear at least an hour of real native content. Some days that takes 90 minutes, some days 4 hours. The hours don't matter, the sentences do.
Okay, that's so measurable though. I like that. I always feel like I'm studying into a void with no idea if I'm progressing.
And that feeling kills more language learners than difficulty ever does. When you track sentences, you see progress weekly. Progress creates motivation, motivation creates more progress. Another snowball.
Okay, real talk. All of this sounds great, but you learn languages fast, like scary fast. 6 languages. There has to be something more, some trick.
All right, I'll tell you the deepest one, but it's gonna sound strange.
I'm ready.
Polyglots give themselves permission to be a different person in each language.
What?
I knew you'd make that face. Listen, in English, you're smart, funny, quick, right? In your native language, you have a whole personality.
Sure.
And when you speak English, what happens to that personality?
It disappears. I become boring, slow, like a 5-year-old version of myself. Honestly, I hate who I am in English.
There it is. That feeling, I hate who I am in this language, is the real reason people freeze. It's not grammar, it's identity. You're grieving your lost personality.
Wow, I've never heard anyone describe it like that. That's exactly the feeling.
Every polyglot hits this wall, and here's how we break it. We stop trying to translate our old personality and we build a new one. My Spanish self is louder than my English self. My Japanese self is more polite, more careful. And my French self, honestly, she's a bit dramatic.
So you're saying, let my English self be someone new?
Let your English self be a beginner who laughs at his own mistakes. Let him be curious instead of clever. Let him be brave instead of perfect. And here's the miracle. When you stop protecting your old identity, the fear disappears. And when fear disappears, you speak 10 times more. And speaking 10 times more
Means learning 10 times faster. The snowball again.
you're getting it. Speed isn't the method. Speed is the result. Polyglots look fast because we removed everything that makes people slow. Fear, boredom, useless vocabulary, and studying in a box 1 hour a day.
Okay, let me see if I can repeat all of it. Method 1, speak from day 1, even with 10 phrases. Mistakes are memory tools.
Perfect.
Method 2, don't study the language, live in it. Convert my existing hours, phone, music, videos into English hours.
Yes.
Method 3, learn through what I love. Football becomes my English course because I'll never quit football.
Exactly.
Method 4, the 80-20 rule, master the 300 core words and phrasal verbs, delete nevertheless.
Rest in peace, nevertheless.
And method 5, track sentences, not hours. 20 new spoken sentences a day, 1 hour of native content.
And the secret one?
Let my English self be a new person, brave, curious, and okay with being a beginner.
That's the entire polyglot playbook. Everything I use for 6 languages in 5 methods and 1 mindset.
Can I be honest? 3 years I thought I was bad at languages. Right now, for the first time, I think maybe I was just using bad methods.
That's the most important realization of your life as a learner. There are no bad language learners, only methods that fight against how the brain works. Schools teach languages like math, but language isn't math, it's music. You don't learn music from a textbook, you play. Badly at first, then less badly, then one day, beautifully.
So, what's my first move, like tonight?
Tonight, 3 things. Switch your phone to English. Find 1 football podcast in English and subscribe. And send 1 message to 1 English speaker anywhere on the internet. Even just, hi, I'm learning English. Can I ask you something about football?
That's it?
That's day 1. And listen, day 1 is the only day that matters. Because polyglots have one final secret nobody wants to hear.
Which is,
We're not fast. We're just consistent while everyone else is waiting to feel ready.
consistent while everyone else is waiting to feel ready. I'm writing that down for real.
Message me in a month. I want to hear your English story.
Deal. And thank you. Seriously, this conversation changed something.
It didn't change something. It started something. Now go. Your first 20 sentences are waiting.
Okay, I'm going. Wish me luck.
Polyglots don't need luck. They need day 1. Go get yours. Okay, we're doing something that's going to make people angry today.
Oh no, what did you do?
No, not me. We're doing it. We're ranking English learning methods from worst to best. Completely honestly, no sponsorships, no politically correct nonsense, no, all methods are equally valid.
The YouTube comments are already typing. I can feel it.
That's exactly what we want. Before we start, I need to say something. I've tried every single one of these methods: Duolingo, Babbel, tutors, immersion, everything. And I've seen what works and what doesn't.
And you have strong opinions?
I have very strong opinions, but they're based on what actually happens, not what companies tell you will happen.
Okay, I'm in. What's the list?
6 methods ranked from number 6, the worst, to number 1, the absolute best. Ready?
Ready.
Number 6, Duolingo. Number 5, expensive private tutors. Number 4, grammar textbooks. Number 3, premium apps like Babbel. Number 2, real conversation practice. Number 1, immersion combined with intentional study.
That's going to upset some people.
Millions of people. Let's go.
So we're starting with Duolingo. Everyone's using it. It's got like 50 million users or something.
100 million. And that's exactly the problem. 100 million people using it daily, and how many of them can actually hold a conversation in English?
Come on, that's not fair. Duolingo is fun. People love it.
I'm gonna ask you something. Do you know anyone with a 300-day Duolingo streak?
Actually, yes, my brother. He's got like 400 days.
Can he have a conversation?
No, he can't.
This is exactly what I mean. Duolingo isn't designed to make you fluent. It's designed to make you come back tomorrow.
But that's not.
Let me finish. Duolingo is better than nothing for month 1 as a vocabulary foundation. It's fine, but people don't use it as month 1. They use it as years 1, 2, and 3.
So what's the problem exactly?
The problem is that language learning requires struggle, real sentences, real mistakes, real speaking under pressure. But struggle makes people leave apps. So what does Duolingo do? It removes the struggle. Easy puzzles, match the words, tap the bubble. The owl eats bread.
The owl eats bread.
You feel productive, your streak grows, you think you're learning, but you're not speaking. You're not building sentences under pressure. You're not experiencing the panic of a real human asking you a real question. And that panic, that's where fluency lives.
Okay, that's actually fair. But you said it's better than nothing for beginners, so it's not completely useless.
It's not useless, it's just limited. It's like learning to swim by reading books about swimming. Eventually, you have to get in the pool.
Or you drown.
Exactly.
Number 5, expensive private tutors. This one is going to upset people because tutors cost money and people invest in them.
And that's why it's number 5 and not number 1. A good tutor is amazing, professional, experienced, one-on-one attention, but here's the math problem.
The math problem?
Fluency requires hundreds of hours of speaking practice, hundreds, maybe 500 or 600 hours to reach advanced level. Now, how many hours can a normal person afford with a tutor at $50 or $60 an hour?
Oh, that's expensive.
So you get maybe 4 hours a month, 8 if you're serious. That's 96 hours a year. At that rate, it takes you 6 years to reach fluency while spending $6,000.
And a tutor is only half the speaking.
Right. The tutor talks, you talk, so you're actually only getting 48 hours of speaking practice per year. It's a Porsche that you can only drive 2 blocks.
But couldn't a tutor target specific problems, like help you fix mistakes faster?
Yes, that's actually where tutors shine. For fixing fossilized errors, interview prep, pronunciation, specific weaknesses, tutors are like a scalpel. Perfect tool for a precise problem.
So tutors aren't bad, they're just...
Incomplete and expensive for what you get. If your goal is fluency, tutors alone won't get you there. You'll run out of money first.
Okay, number 5 makes sense. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, grammar textbooks. These are controversial because, textbooks are traditional. They're what schools use.
They're what schools use, and that's the problem. How many years did you study English grammar in school?
6 years, maybe 7.
And after 7 years, could you speak?
No, I could conjugate verbs. I knew what a past perfect continuous was, but actually speak? No.
This is the textbook paradox. Textbooks teach you about English. They don't teach you English. It's the difference between reading about swimming for 7 years and actually jumping in the pool.
But you need grammar, right? You can't just have zero grammar.
You're absolutely right. That's why textbooks are number 4, not number 6. Grammar is important, but here's what polyglots know that schools don't. Grammar works best as a repair tool, not a foundation.
Explain that.
You speak a lot, you listen a lot, you absorb patterns naturally. Then you notice you keep making the same mistake. You open a grammar book, read one page about that specific problem, and fix it. 10 minutes. Surgical. Then back to real English.
So grammar comes after you're already speaking.
Children learn to speak fluently years before they learn what a verb is. Your brain wants patterns first, rules second. Schools do it backwards. They give you 7 years of rules before you ever say a real sentence. That's why you graduate knowing grammar and not knowing how to order pizza.
That's actually true. I had straight A's in English class, and I was terrified to speak in real situations.
Exactly. So textbooks have a place, just not at the foundation.
Okay, number 3, premium apps. Babbel, Busuu, Duolingo Plus, all of those. Why are they better than textbooks?
Because they're structured differently. Babbel isn't the game, it's an actual course. Real dialogues, cultural context, explanations that make sense, and you're building sentences, not tapping bubbles.
I've used Babbel. The dialogues feel like situations I'd actually be in.
Right. Ordering food, meeting people, job interviews, travel situations, and the speech recognition. It actually forces you to speak full sentences. It's a genuine step up.
So why only number 3?
Because apps have a ceiling that they can't break through.
Which is...
Unpredictability. In Babbel, you always know what's coming. The dialogue is scripted. The answers are multiple choice. You're in control. But real English is chaos.
chaos?
A real human asks you something weird. They have an accent, they talk fast, maybe there's background noise. Maybe they ask a follow-up question you didn't prepare for. An app can't simulate that. Real fluency is about handling chaos.
So Babbel is practice, but not the game.
Exactly. It's an excellent gym, perfect for building the muscles. But you don't become a professional footballer in the gym. At some point, you need to play the actual game, which brings us to number 2.
Real conversation.
Real conversation.
Okay, so real conversation is number 2, not number 1. Why isn't it the best?
Because I want to be honest about what real conversation does and doesn't do.
Go on.
Real conversation is powerful. I'm not exaggerating when I say that when I started actually speaking to real people, language exchange, conversation clubs, people on the internet, my English improved more in 3 months than in the previous 3 years.
That's a big difference.
Every fluent English speaker I know says the same thing. There's always a before conversations and after conversations moment in their story. Once you start speaking to real humans, everything changes.
Why?
Survival mode. Your brain understands. This matters. This is real. And things you learn in survival mode, you never forget. Plus, you get instant feedback. If your sentence doesn't work, you see the confusion on their face immediately.
But it's free, right? Language exchange is basically free.
Free or very cheap. So why isn't it number 1? Because there's one thing it's missing.
What?
Correction. I've met people who spoke in English daily for 10 years, same 50 errors every single day. He don't know. I am agree. Fast, confident, and wrong.
Oh no.
They're fluent in their mistakes. Conversation practices what you already have. It doesn't systematically add what you're missing.
So you need something else.
You need number 1.
Number 1, the best method. Immersion combined with intentional study. Explain.
It's 3 parts working together. Part 1, input flood. You surround yourself with English, series, YouTube, podcasts, music, your phone in English. 2 to 3 hours daily of English entering your brain through entertainment you already watch anyway.
That's doable.
Part 2, real conversations. 2 to 3 times a week. Language exchange, conversation clubs, online tandem partners, the survival mode we talked about.
Okay, I'm with you.
Part 3, intentional repair. This is the secret. 15 or 20 minutes a day of targeted studying, but targeted at your gaps. You struggled with past tense in yesterday's conversation. Today's session attacks past tense specifically. You couldn't understand the podcast section, you rewatch it with the transcript.
So study is driven by real problems, not by chapter 7.
Exactly. The conversation exposes the gaps. The immersion feeds your brain patterns. The study repairs the gaps. Each part fixes what the others are missing.
And the cost?
YouTube is free. Podcasts are free. Language exchange is free. A grammar app or Anki is $10. Netflix you probably already have. The most powerful system is also nearly free.
This is going to make textbook companies angry.
Not my problem. But here's the thing. This system actually works. Not someday, not eventually, but right now. Every person I know who became truly fluent used something like this, whether they realize it or not.
Okay, I believe you. Final ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Immersion plus intentional study. Real conversation. Premium apps. Textbooks. Tutors. Duolingo.
And if someone's been doing Duolingo for 2 years?
Take that discipline. That's real. 2 years of showing up is gold. Just point it at something that works. 6 months from now, you won't recognize your English.
Drop your ranking in the comments. Do you agree? Let us know which method worked for you.
The angry comments are my favorite.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Emma, we got so many comments on our methods ranking video, and one question kept repeating.
Let me guess. Okay, but which app should I actually download?
Exactly that. Hundreds of times. So today, we're doing it. Top 10 English learning apps ranked from number 10, the weakest, to number 1, the app that actually works.
And same rules as last time. Completely honest, no sponsors. We've personally tested every single one of these.
Every one. Some for months. Okay, let's not waste time. Number 10, the bottom of our list.
Number 10, Drops.
Drops. The beautiful one.
So beautiful. Honestly, it's the prettiest language app ever made. Gorgeous little illustrations, satisfying animations, relaxing design. 5 minutes a day, you swipe pretty pictures, you match words.
So why is it last?
Because that's the entire app. Vocabulary matching. That's it. No sentences, no grammar, no listening to real speech, no speaking. You learn that this picture means apple and this picture means umbrella. After 3 months of drops, you have a beautiful collection of isolated words and zero ability to connect them.
It's like buying beautiful bricks with no cement.
Perfect. Beautiful bricks, no cement, no house. If you have 5 spare minutes and you want something relaxing, fine. But as a learning plan, number 10.
Okay, number 9, and our old friend returns.
Number 9, Duolingo. The owl is back.
We destroyed Duolingo in the last video, so let's keep this short. Quick version?
Quick version. Duolingo is the world's best habit app and a mediocre language app. The streak system is genius psychology. It gets you to show up daily, and showing up matters. That's why it's not last.
But
the content is bubbles and matching. You can finish an entire Duolingo course and still freeze when a human asks you a question. 600-day streaks, 0 conversations. Use it for the first month to build the daily habit. Then graduate to something real.
the owl's lawyers are typing. Number 8.
Number 8, Quizlet.
The student favorite. Every classroom uses it.
And for what it is, it's genuinely good. Flashcards, learning games, test modes. If you have a specific vocabulary list for an exam, for a job interview, for a specific topic, Quizlet dwells it into your head efficiently.
So why number 8?
Because Quizlet is a tool, not a teacher. It has no plan for you. It doesn't teach you anything. It helps you memorize what you brought to it. It's a hammer, a good hammer, but a hammer doesn't design the house. If you already have a learning system, Quizlet is a great assistant. If Quizlet is your system, you have no system.
Hammer, not an architect. Got it. Number 7.
Number 7, Memorize.
Now this one I actually enjoyed. Explain it for people who don't know it.
Memorize is vocabulary learning, but with one killer feature. Short video clips of real native speakers saying the words and phrases. Real faces, real accents, real speed. Not robot voices.
That feature deserves real credit. The first time I heard a real Londoner say a phrase on Memorize, I realized the robot voices in other apps had been lying to me.
Exactly. Real audio from real humans is gold, and Memorize built the app around it. Plus, their spaced repetition is solid. So why only number 7? Because it's still fundamentally a vocabulary app. words, and short phrases. The videos are wonderful input, but you're still not building sentences, not having conversations, not producing anything.
So it fixes the robot voice problem, but not the you never speak problem.
Beautifully said. Number 7. Great snack, not a meal.
Number 6, we're climbing into respectable territory.
Number 6. Link Q.
This one's for the readers.
This one's for the readers. And readers, you're going to love it. Ling floods you with real content. Articles, stories, podcasts with transcripts, and you read while tapping any unknown word for instant translation. The words you tap get saved and reviewed automatically.
So it's basically the input flood method from our number 1 system in app form.
Exactly. And massive input genuinely works. Your vocabulary grows in context, real sentences, not isolated words. People who use Ling seriously for 6 months develop scary good reading and listening comprehension.
I hear the but coming.
But it's 100% input, 0 output. You can become a person who understands everything and says nothing. Also, honestly, the interface feels a bit dated, and the good stuff needs a subscription. But for building comprehension, genuinely powerful. Number 6.
Number 5, halfway point.
Number 5. Basu.
The quiet one, less famous than Duolingo and Babbel, but always in the conversation.
And it has one feature that lifts it above every app we've mentioned so far. Community corrections. You write or record an exercise, and real native speakers correct it. Real humans marking your actual mistakes.
Wait, that's huge. That's the confused face feedback we always talk about.
It's a small dose of it, yes. For the first time on this list, another human being reacts to your English. Combine that with structured lessons that are honestly well designed, and Basu earns the middle of the table.
Why not higher?
Because the corrections are asynchronous, you wait, sometimes hours. It's feedback, but it's not conversation. There's no pressure, no real-time chaos. Still lesson world with a window to real humans. Good window, still a window. Number 5.
Number 4.
Number 4, Babbel.
The premium classic. We ranked it well in the methods video too.
And it stays consistent here. Babbel is what happens when actual language teachers design an app. Real dialogues from real situations. Grammar explained like a human, not a robot. Lessons that build on each other with a clear path. Speech recognition that makes you produce full sentences out loud.
For a structured beginner to intermediate path, is there a better pure course app?
Honestly, probably not. If you're starting from 0 and you want a guided road, Babbel is the best course in your pocket on this list. That's real praise.
So repeat the ceiling for the new viewers.
The ceiling of every course app, it cannot surprise you. The dialogues are scripted. The questions are predictable. Real English is chaos, and chaos handling is fluency. Babbel builds excellent muscles. It never lets you play the actual match. Number 4 with respect.
Number 3. Now the philosophy changes.
Now the philosophy changes. Number 3, Elsa Speak.
The pronunciation one. Tell people what makes it different.
Everything above this point on our list, you mostly tap and read. Elsa makes you speak, constantly. It's an AI pronunciation coach. You say sentences out loud, and the AI analyzes your pronunciation, sound by sound, and shows you exactly which sounds you're getting wrong.
And it's scary accurate. It caught problems in my pronunciation that no teacher ever mentioned. It told me my th sound was actually a duh, and it was right.
Same experience. It hears things humans are too polite to mention. And this is the first app on our list that attacks the real fear, the fear of speaking. You practice out loud, alone, no judgment, unlimited repeats. For learners terrified of their own accent, Elsa is therapy.
The limitation?
It's pronunciation focused. It makes your English sound better. It doesn't build your conversations, your vocabulary, your flow. It's a specialist. The best specialist on this list, but a specialist. Number 3.
Number 2. We're in champion territory now.
Number 2, Italki.
Okay, this needs explaining because it's not really an app that teaches you.
Right. Italki is a marketplace. thousands of teachers and tutors from around the world, and you book one-on-one video lessons. And before anyone says, "But Emma, you put expensive tutors at number 5 in the last video," let me explain the difference.
Please do, because I was about to say exactly that.
The problem with tutors was never the tutoring, it was the price math. Traditional tutoring, $50, $60 per hour. On Italki, community tutors, real native speakers who aren't certified teachers but are great conversation partners, can cost $8, $10, $12 an hour.
Oh, that completely changes the math.
It changes everything. Suddenly, 3 conversation hours a week is affordable for a lot more people. And what do you get? Real human conversation, real-time feedback, real confused faces, scheduled so you actually show up. It's the number 2 method from our ranking, real conversation, made bookable and affordable.
So why is it number 2 and not number 1?
One reason, it still costs money. Every hour has a price tag. And there's an option that gives you real human conversation for exactly $0, which brings us to
Number 1, the winner.
number 1, HelloTalk, and its twin, Tandem. Honestly, they share this throne.
The language exchange apps. Explain how they work for anyone who's never tried them.
Dead simple. HelloTalk connects you with native English speakers who are learning your language. You help them with your language, they help you with English. Text, voice messages, calls, built-in correction tools, they can mark your sentences and fix them inside the chat. Millions of users. And it's free.
I need to tell my story here because this app genuinely changed my English. 3 years of apps and books, I could read, I could do exercises, I could not speak. Then I downloaded HelloTalk, matched with a guy from Manchester who was learning my language, and we just started talking. Football, food, complaining about work.
And what happened?
3 months. 3 months of daily voice messages with him did more than 3 years of everything else. Because it wasn't studying, it was friendship that happened to be in English.
And that's why it's number 1. Every expensive thing on this list is trying to simulate what HelloTalk gives you for free. A real human, real chaos, real feedback, real reasons to come back tomorrow. The apps below simulate English. This one delivers actual English with actual people.
Honest downsides though, let's stay fair.
Fair. Downside 1, no structure. Nobody plans your learning. You need self-direction or pair it with a course app. Downside 2, like anywhere on the internet, some people treat it as a dating app. Use the block button generously. Downside 3, quality of corrections varies. Your partner is a native, not a teacher.
But for the core job, making you actually use English with actual humans every day for free?
Nothing on this list comes close. Number 1.
Okay, before the final recap, one more thing, because I know what the comments will say. Fine, but I can't download 10 apps. What's the actual combination?
Ooh, yes, the app stack. Because the real secret is that no single app is enough. The 2 or 3 together can be a complete system. Let's build the perfect stack for each level.
Start with total beginners. Day 1, 0 English.
Beginner stack, 3 apps. App 1, Babbel, your structured road, 15 minutes a day, builds the foundation. App 2, Elsa, 10 minutes a day, so your pronunciation grows correctly from the start instead of fossilizing wrong.
Jake, fixing pronunciation later is so much harder than building it right.
So much harder. And app 3, Duolingo, honestly, 5 minutes, purely for the streak psychology. It's the app most likely to keep a beginner showing up daily. Total, 30 minutes a day, complete beginner system.
Monthly cost of that stack?
Babbel subscription, roughly $10 to $15 a month, depending on the plan. Elsa has a free tier that's enough at first. Duolingo, free. So about the price of 2 pizzas.
2 pizzas for a foundation. Okay, intermediate stack. This is most of our viewers. They understand a lot, they freeze when speaking.
The classic situation. Intermediate stack, drop Duolingo, drop the training wheels. App 1, HelloTalk. This is now your main app. Daily voice messages with real partners, minimum 20 minutes. App 2, link or podcasts with transcripts, your input flood, during commute, using hours you already have. App 3, keep Elsa. 10 minutes because now you're speaking daily and pronunciation matters more than ever.
So the center of gravity moves from lessons to humans.
Exactly. At intermediate level, lessons stop being the point. Humans become the point. And cost? Potentially zero. Hello Talk free, podcasts free, Elsa free tier. The intermediate stack can cost nothing.
And the advanced stack, people preparing for interviews, work, moving abroad.
Advanced stack, 2 apps only. App 1, italki, 2 or 3 sessions a week with a community tutor, targeted at your specific goals. Interview practice, presentation practice, whatever your real life needs. App 2, Hello Talk, for daily maintenance between sessions.
Why does the advanced stack shrink to 2?
Because at advanced level, apps can't teach you much anymore. Only humans can. Your gaps are personal now, your specific mistakes, your specific situations. Only a real person can find and fix those. The Advanced Learners app folder is small and full of humans.
I love that arc. Beginner, apps teach you. Intermediate, apps connect you. Advanced, only humans remain.
That's the whole journey in 3 sentences.
Okay, now the full recap, top to bottom. Number 10, drops. Beautiful bricks, no cement. Number 9, Duolingo, a habit machine, not a language machine. Number 8, Quizlet, a good hammer, not an architect. Number 7, memorize, real native voices, but still a vocabulary snack. Number 6, LinkQ, input flood for readers, zero output. Number 5, Busu, solid lessons plus a window to real human corrections. Number 4, Babbel, the best pure course in your pocket with the app ceiling. Number 3, Elsa Speak, the AI pronunciation coach that finally makes you open your mouth. Number 2, italki, real conversation, bookable and affordable. And number 1, Hello Talk and Tandem, real humans, real chaos, real English, $0.
And here's the meta lesson hiding in this ranking. Did you notice the pattern? The further up the list you go,
The more human it gets.
the bottom of the list is you alone tapping pretty pictures. The top of the list is you talking to real people. That's not a coincidence. That's the entire secret of language learning in one ranking. Language is not content you consume. Language is a connection you build.
So the real answer to which app should I download is
Download the one that puts a human on the other side. Everything else is preparation for that moment.
perfect place to end. Drop your app ranking in the comments. Which app actually worked for you? Which one wasted your time? Defend your favorite.
And if your favorite is drops, explain yourself.
See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Hello, Emma. I need you to be honest with me right now.
Bye. I'm always honest with you, David.
Brutally honest. Because today we're ranking English accents, British, American, Australian, from easiest to hardest to understand. And I have a feeling this is going to get us canceled.
It's already going to get us canceled. The comment section on our last accent video was a war zone.
It really was. Someone wrote a 3-paragraph essay defending the Scouse accent like we'd insulted their family.
We kind of did.
We kind of did, yeah. All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, I'm David.
And I'm Emma, and today's topic is one of the most requested videos we've ever gotten. Which English accent is genuinely the easiest for non-native speakers, and honestly for native speakers too, to actually understand?
Not prettiest, not poshest, not most attractive. Easiest to understand. That's the whole ranking criteria.
Which already tells you this is going to be controversial because everyone confuses those two things.
So before we get into it, let's set some ground rules because last time we didn't do this and people lost their minds.
Rule 1. We're talking about the standard, mainstream version of each accent. Received pronunciation for British, General American for American, and General Australian for Australian. We are not comparing Glaswegian to Southern American to Broad Australian, because that's just chaos.
That's a different video. That's a whole different, much scarier video.
Rule 2. Easiest to understand for us means clarity of individual sounds, speed of speech, and how predictable the pronunciation is compared to spelling.
And rule 3, the most important one, this is subjective. We're giving our opinion, backed by some actual linguistic reasoning, but at the end of the day, your ears are your ears.
Exactly. Someone who grew up watching American movies is going to find American easier. Someone who learned English in London is going to find British easier. Context matters enormously.
Right, so drop your own personal ranking in the comments before you finish watching, and then let's see if we agree by the end.
Let's start with general American, because I think this is where most people expect us to land at number 1.
It's the accents of Hollywood, of most global media, of the majority of English content on the internet. Statistically, more people have been exposed to it than any other accent.
That exposure is honestly 90% of the battle. Familiarity breeds comprehension. If your brain has heard a sound pattern 10,000 times, it processes it faster.
From a pure phonetic standpoint, though, American English does something that trips a lot of learners up, the rhotic R. Every R gets pronounced hard in every position. Car, water, better.
And the flapping. Water becomes water. Better becomes better. That T just disappears into a soft D sound.
Which is actually really confusing for someone who learned correct spelling-based pronunciation in a classroom.
Totally. I've had students ask me why the T just vanished. There's no T sound left at all in casual speech.
But here's a counterpoint. The vowels in General American are relatively consistent. The speech rhythm is fairly even, and there's less vowel shifting between regions if you stick to the newscaster standard version.
So it's a mixed bag. Massive familiarity advantage, but some genuinely tricky sound mergers once you get into casual, fast speech.
I'd call it easy for anyone who's consumed a lot of English media, but not necessarily easy on pure phonetic merit alone.
Okay, now the one I'm biased about. British, specifically received pronunciation.
The Queen's English. Well, the King's English now.
Right, so RP is actually spoken natively by a pretty small percentage of the UK population. It's the textbook accent taught in schools abroad.
Which is interesting because it means most learners are taught an accent that barely anyone in Britain actually speaks day to day.
Exactly, and that's where the real controversy starts, because British accent in people's minds usually means RP, but the second you land in an actual British city, you're hit with Cockney, Scouse, Geordie, Brummie.
And suddenly, nothing you learned prepares you for any of it.
RP itself, though, taken on its own, the pronunciation is actually very clear. The consonants are crisp, the pacing tends to be a bit more measured than American English, and it's non-rhotic, meaning the R at the end of words like car or water just isn't pronounced.
Which some learners find easier, honestly, because it removes a sound they were struggling with anyway.
Right, but then you get the vowel sounds, which shift in ways that genuinely confuse people. Bath versus path versus the American pronunciation of those same words, the broad A sound throws a lot of learners completely off.
And don't even get me started on intonation. British RP has this rising, falling melody that can make statements sound like questions to someone who's not used to it.
So my take, RP itself in isolation is actually quite clean and understandable. The problem is nobody actually only hears RP. The second real British people are talking to each other, you're in a completely different accent landscape.
So it's clear in theory, chaotic in practice.
Perfectly put.
All right, the one everyone's waiting for, Australian.
The accent that gets the most hate in comment sections for some reason.
People act personally victimized by the Australian accent.
It's the vowels. It's always the vowels. Today becomes to die, mate becomes something closer to might.
The vowel shifting in Australian English is honestly the most dramatic of the three. There's a lot of diphthong movement, vowels that start in one place and glide somewhere else entirely. And that glide is more extreme than in American or British.
Add to that a genuinely fast, clipped speech rhythm, plus heavy use of slang and abbreviations like ARVO for afternoon, SERVO for service station, and you've got a real steep learning curve for anyone not already familiar with it.
But, and I think this gets ignored a lot, the actual consonants in Australian English are pretty similar to British consonants. It's really the vowels and the speed that cause the confusion, not the whole system.
Right, so once your ear adjusts to the vowel shift, comprehension actually goes up fast. It's more of a steep initial curve than a permanently hard accent.
I'd agree with that. It's the hardest to adjust to initially, but not necessarily the hardest long term.
Okay, moment of truth. Rankings. You go first.
All right, number 3, hardest, Australian, purely because of that initial vowel shift wall. Number 2, British RP, clean in isolation but let down by the sheer unpredictability once you're outside the textbook version. Number 1, easiest, American, mostly on the back of sheer global familiarity.
I actually disagree with your number 1.
Oh, here we go.
I'd put RP at number 1. I think the flapping and rhotic R merging in fast American speech causes just as much confusion as anything else. And RP's crisp consonants genuinely help learners parse individual words better.
See, this is exactly the debate I wanted.
I know, and I think that's kind of the real answer here. It depends entirely on what you were first exposed to and what specific features your native language already has trouble with.
Which is a very diplomatic answer for someone who just directly disagreed with me 30 seconds ago.
I contain multitudes.
So, there you have it. No clean, definitive answer because there isn't one. It's subjective, it depends on your background, and honestly, that's what makes this such a fun debate.
Comment your own ranking below. Tell us which accent you find easiest, and more importantly, tell us why. What specific sounds trip you up? We read every single comment on these videos.
And if you disagree with literally everything we said today,
Which statistically, about a third of you will.
let us know that too. Respectfully, ideally.
Ideally.
If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe. We've got a follow-up video coming on regional accents within each of these 3 coming next week. Scottish, Southern American, Kiwi, the whole lineup.
That one's going to be even more chaotic.
Can't wait. Thanks for watching, everyone.
See you in the next one.